Ronnie Dale, Four Wheeling Australia. We're going to waste no time here. We are going to talk about recovery kits, what I recommend for certain individuals in certain situations. We're going to look at solo recovery kits, basic, like the bare bones, and then build up from there. We're going to look at convoy kits. So we have like the whole lot spread between people and the essential things that everyone should have in the convoy. We also have comprehensive kits that include snatching, winching, and self-recovery. So we're going to cover a whole lot here. Stay tuned.
Basic kit and the must-haves.
The first recovery device we have is a shovel or a spade and a deflator. That's it. That's your bare bones. You must have this and an air compressor obviously, but that's not part of your recovery. This is recovery. You need an air compressor to lift your tyres back up, just so you know. To add to this, we put a bottle jack in and a plate. That's it. That's all you really need. Now, if you want to take it the next step and make it a bit easier for yourself, then invest in some Max Tracks, because you can use these on your own. Most people only have a pair of two. If you can afford it, get 4. They're going to get you a lot further, make your recovery a lot easier. You don't have to have these, but I highly recommend them. So I will put them to the side here a little bit so you can still see what's going on here. Now we're going to expand on the basic recovery gear. So that's the essentials. That's the bonus that'll make it easier.
The basic kit plus more must-have recovery gear.
The next step is to get a front recovery point so other people can help you out. Most people carry a rear recovery point, so they can probably help you out even if you don't have one, but I highly suggest you do get one. So that's a rear hitch receiver recovery mount. Extra shackle, so you've got 2 shackles. This one can sit on the front of that. And then we have the snatch strap, 2 winch blankets. That's your basic gear. If you frequent full drive with other people, this is the kit you should have. If you don't frequently full drive with other people, you're just on a farm or you're just out having a day trip with the family, you can probably get away with not having all this, but you will need Max Tracks and you will need this stuff. Now we can expand on this gear.
The Expander Kit, comprehensive snatch recovery kit.
Kit expansion. 2 pairs of Max Tracks, you now have 4. That's a pretty damn good kit in itself. We're going to add the extension strap with this. But on top of that, we're going to add a soft shackle to make it easier for you to join 2 straps. The reason for an extension strap is to allow further distance from the vehicle you're trying to recover. There is a way you can join the 2 straps together, but you need to put a magazine in it. There's a procedure. This will allow us to pull it apart later. If you want the easy way, just do this. That's why I recommend a soft shackle. You can put it through this one to that one. You now have a soft shackle join. Should this split and go somewhere, it's not metal, it probably won't kill someone. The next expansion to your kit is a tree trunk protector. Why a tree trunk protector? Well, we're not going to use it as a tree trunk protector. We're going to use this as a bridle strap, so you can halve the load on the recovery points. So vehicles that have multiple recovery points or weak recovery points, that's where you want to halve the load and be a bit gentler. So we're going to add this in here. And that's probably where I will stop this, unless you have a winch. Then we need to take the next step.
The expanded snatch and winch recovery kit.
Winch kit, everything we just showed, plus either a rope snatch block or a steel cable compatible snatch block. If you have steel cable, this stuff here, then get one of these. If you don't and you have Dyneema rope, get one of those. That's your whole kit. Done and dusted.
Convoy recovery kit, aka the share kit.
Convoy, I should probably clarify the size of the convoy. When I think convoy, I think of 5 vehicles plus. If you are only 3 vehicles or less, then I probably wouldn't have all this gear in. It's going to weigh you down. So be a bit more selective on the gear. Go back to what I said with the beginner stuff. You will survive with it. It's just more harder work. In a big convoy, everyone pitches in. You're going to have Max Tracks. You're going to have a high lift jack. You're going to have all the shackles ready at hand. It's just a very organized crew. Get someone out of a bog straight away and off you go. And maybe you guys can get to camp in the daytime, which I don't know what that's like really. There's a lot of gear here, and that's why I call it a convoy kit. Only one person in the whole convoy needs to have max tracks. You'll see the trend I'm gonna do here. Only one person in a convoy needs a high lift or an ARB jack like this fella here. Only one person in a convoy will also need a bottle jack. Maybe multiple people, but have at least one of each thing in the convoy. At least 3 individuals should have a snatch strap. And the team leader, or tail end Charlie, should have 1 of the big shackles, 2 of all the other size shackles, because this will suit every vehicle in the convoy. We find that a lot of convoys has experienced and very novice rookie drivers as well. That's why you need to cater for all different vehicles and situations. And you can't expect everyone to have something because not everyone knows what they need to have. 2 vehicles at least with tree trunk protectors. 1 can actually be used as an extension strap, short extension, whereas the other one could be used as a bridle. 1 team member, convoy member, has special straps or slings so you can straighten bent items out. Whoever has the winch in the convoy should have a snatch block. These Dyneema rope rings here, they weigh next to nothing, so it's not going to add too much weight to your kit. 2 people in the convoy must have one of these extension straps each. Every single person in the convoy must have a spade, 1 recovery blanket, because you can combine all your blankets, because you should have 2 blankets on each line, or snatch strap. Everyone should have a recovery point. That way if you come up to something like a bog hole, everyone already has this ready to go. You don't have to get it off Johnny at the back, get it up to Jimmy at the front. By the time he gets there with a recovery point, his whole car's drowned. There's water coming in. Just think of those situations. That's why everyone should have a rear recovery point, a front recovery point, a soft and a steel shackle. That's just my recommendation. And of course the tire deflator. Just one person in the group who doesn't have a tire deflator, you're holding every single other person up. For recoveries, the first thing you should be doing is using this item here and this one here. Let more air out of your tires if you're stuck in sand. That is the convoy kit. Oh, hang on. We nearly left out the dead man. This is a versatile piece of kit. It's one of my favorite pieces of kit. I recommend getting one of those too. Just one in the whole convoy. If every single person carried all this gear, you're carrying too much. You don't need it all. So spread your gear out. If you have travel buddies that you travel with a lot, then sort of say, I'll get this, you get that. You know, if you plan for a big trip, have a chat to your whole convoy and see if you can split gear between you guys. That is the best way. And then you cut down on your weight.
The Solo Traveller Recovery Kit.
The Solo Traveller. I'm going to cater in this kit for the person who's traveling by himself in his own vehicle, no other vehicles around, or the guy traveling, or lady, in his vehicle with passengers. This kit will do both. So we have to bank on there's no help from the outside world or other people coming in to help you out with your recovery. So the first thing we're going to do is the obvious stuff, the shovel, the deflator, recovery points. Why recovery points? I'll get to that. Rear recovery point, steel shackle, 2 soft shackles, 2 blankets to keep yourself safe. Because you're by yourself, I recommend these type of hooks, the Factor 55 ones, because they're more versatile. You can use soft shackles. They're just easier to deal with. They're just way easier to deal with. A splicing kit for your winch rope. Because you're a solo traveller, you should have a winch. So we're going to say a winch here as well. Oh, so I'm just looking up how to use this splicing tool from Factor 55. We've got a Dyneema rope here. We want to demonstrate the difference on Dyneema rope versus the cable. All right. This is actually really easy.
That's what I was trying to do it by hand.
That's cool. That's so easy, man.
Yeah. Handy to know.
First for everything. First impression, bloody good tool. We're ready to go. We're now going to see what happens when we snap a Dyneema rope. Extension strap. We'll skip the snatch strap for now. 2 tree trunk protectors, because you may need one as a short extension, one as a tree trunk protector. One of these straps to help pull things and secure things with. a snatch block for your winch rope, a jack of your choice, bottle jack, high lift jack, or the jack. So that's up to you, even an air jack if that's what you like. The dead man, reason why I recommend this strongly as a solo traveler, this can be used as a cover around a rock. You can pull yourself up a rock, around a wide tree. Some of these tree trunk protectors, they don't reach all the way around. This is quite long. Dig a hole in the sand on the beach, like we've done with it. You can pull yourself out. They're very versatile and very useful. But above all, max tracks, recovery tracks, just some recovery tracks, because this will make the work a lot easier. And even if they don't get you out on your own, you can use these in combination with a high lift or a winch, anything like that. I'm now going to add the snatch strap to the solo kit. You might think, why is that in here now? Should you come across someone or someone comes across you, you do have another option with a snatch strap. It's not going to take up that much more room, but just chuck it in your kit anyway. And then should you come across someone comes across you, then you can use a snatch strap, which is why I also said you need your recovery points. The rear one's only going to serve you if you meet someone or someone meets you on the track. The front one is the only way you can use a snatch block, because the snatch block is going to give you a double line pull. So this sits on a tree, the line goes up to the tree, goes around here, comes back to you. So the line's coming off the winch, now it needs to go to a recovery point. So it's pulling off two spots. So your recovery point is next to your winch, rope comes out, goes to the snatch block, comes back, hooks onto here. Now you have a double line pull, which halves the load approximately for your vehicle, makes the winching a lot easier. Or one last thing I'll recommend to have is a remote for your winch. So you may be in a situation where you don't want to be in the vehicle, or you need to be outside the vehicle to see what's going on. A remote winch, you can stand away from the vehicle and use the winch. That's it. That is it for the solo traveler. If you think I missed something out for any of these kits, comment down below. I'd really like to hear what that might be, because I think I've got everything covered here.
Whoa man, do I really need all that?
To some of you guys and girls, this may seem like a lot of gear. Now, like I mentioned, one of those jacks, so don't look at everything here and think you've got to have all this. This is what I recommend. If you have to cut down on gear because of weights, space, or whatever the problem may be, maybe even budget, because let's be honest, this is expensive, that is expensive. Budget, you got to allow for budget. So you may need to cut down in some areas, but always have what I recommend at the beginning as a basic kit. That is the essential. All the other options I've given you are just going to make everything a lot easier and a lot more manageable and a lot safer as well, because you have all the options if you have all this gear. Now for convoys, this shouldn't be a hard task to do. There's a lot of people in the convoy. There's a lot of money that can be spread out between the people. You can even borrow stuff off people. Just return it nice and clean. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if I missed something. Tell me what you think. Subscribe over here, patreon.com/RonnieDale. Comment down below if you want a different type of video as well. Do you want me to go into specific on some of this stuff? Just let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.